Welcome to this video. We play against Super Borrasho. Let's play King's Indian defense. Oh, H4. Okay. Yes, how to proceed in this kind of position? Maybe we just attack the center directly. H4. And we switch to some kind of vulgar gambit. Because I think this in this kind of setup this move H4 is a bit too early. Okay, we just castle. And I would like to force him to play F3. Okay, he doesn't. Knight d7 F3. The bishop looks a little bit stranded, but I can play the intermediate move Knight e5. Wow, so he's weakening his kingside position quite a lot. So how can I make use of these weaknesses around here? I think I need to open up the position with e6 sooner or later. This diagonal looks also quite nice. So we take the bishop now, and then we prepare e6. I like to open up the center because I think my pieces are in quite good shape here. The bishop on g7 is eyeing here on this diagonal. This looks very good, and I can very quickly develop my rooks with tempo because I attack the queen now. And it's not that easy for white to develop his queenside pieces. As you can see, the bishop cannot move because of the pawn on b2. And yeah, now what does he want to do? He needs also to take care about the knight here. Maybe I can play queen d8. I think he needs to play queen f2 now. Otherwise queen d8 looks very, very strong. How does he want to keep this pawn? Okay. So queen h4 is threatening now. So he needs to take, because otherwise, I mean, if he makes a non-move like, I don't know, a3, the knight on g3 would be history. So, but I can play bishop to d4 here as well. So rook. If I take with the queen f2 and rook d1 check, he can play bishop c1. And after bishop c1, can I play bishop e2? I can. This knight is then annoying. Okay, so I think I just take here, and then I renew the threat. So my threat is to take here with the queen. He takes, rook to e1 check, bishop f1, and then bishop e2. Yeah, and if he moves bishop to e3, I can take the rook here on a1, but then he can take my bishop. Whoa, what happens here if I take? So taking on f2, he takes back, rook e1 check, bishop f1, bishop f1, I think it doesn't work, unfortunately. I mean, he can also take with the queen here later on d4. Can I maybe just double up the rooks here? Yeah, I think I just do this. So playing rook e8 now, and then I just simply renew the threat rook e1. Okay, he avoids it. Well, I have another idea. What about bishop e2? This looks good. Because I threatened to take on f2 then. Yes. So now the rook on f2 is hanging, and the bishop on b5 as well. So I don't see a move for white now. Okay, he just sacrifices the queen, but in the end I can play rook e1 and okay, d3 and rook e1. And he still has a problem to develop his queen side, and I don't have time. This is unfortunately a problem. 23 seconds, so let's make some pre-moves. Seconds. Just taking here on a2 maybe. Then I threaten to take with the queen on f3. Okay, I threaten to take on f3 now. That's it. Well, this was close because I didn't take care about the time at all. But what went wrong? So I think yeah, h4. I'm not sure about h4 actually, because h4 often is not very good, but whenever you fianchetto the bishop, h4 is always a bit dangerous. And I know that h4 is quite, you know, a new line in the Grunfeld defense, where in the fifth move white plays h4, and even very strong grandmasters did it. So yeah, I think best way is to counterattack in the center, but yeah, he just gave back the pawn, and but I still think that this pawn was yeah, a waste of time in this kind of position. And as you could see later on, here he also weakened his kingside position even more. White had some problems with yeah, with this pawn. He likely needed to protect the pawn with g3, but as you can see then, the king side would be very open. So I think what you can learn from this game is whenever white attacks you on one side of the board, with h4, for example, when you attacks your king, you should try to play in the center, and then you should try to open up lines, because then an attack or a pawn storm is often not very successful. So try to open lines and try to play in the center then. Thanks for watching.